Well, it's all about the hot summers in Alabama.
Yeah, man, some things never change. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm getting older.
Oh, the
It's
heat just kills me.
yeah, it's a lot harder to deal with. I mean, I deal with it often. Um, I prefer to deal with it when I'm prepared to deal with it, like when working out or something, but not
Wait,
not just on a work day at 10
if you
o'clock.
notice all of this little redness here, that's from being out in the heat trying to hang up a outdoor floodlight. Uh, and it was supposed to rain tonight, so I had no choice but to get it all hung up. I don't want to have any exposed wires and stuff like that, just in case it rained. Yeah,
Uh,
that was fun.
did you is it like like a wireless or do you have to
No, it was
wire
wild.
it up too?
Yeah, I had to
It's
wire it
wired.
up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, more manly type things.
Yeah, man, you got to do it sometime.
Yeah,
Uh, You can have it, man. It's too hot out there. I get somebody else to do it.
I
It's too hot
had
out
had
there.
no, really had no choice, man. Um, it was coming down to the wire, and when it went out, so
Hmm.
I thought it was a simple just replace the bulbs. But it
Hmm.
didn't come on when the bulbs got replaced. I was like, oh god, it's probably the unit had to be replaced. I replaced the unit, got it mounted up as
Hmm.
close as I could, put it in test mode, and it fired up. And I'm like, oh great, it was the actual unit itself. So now I got to Jimmy rig it all up in there and touch it
Right.
in there, and I'm short as can be. So fortunately, Bob came over and helped me kind of hold it in place as best as he could, so he get all screwed in.
How's Bob doing, man? I ain't seen him in a couple of years.
Oh, he's completely retired now, so
Good.
he's at home with Arlene, so enjoying the retired life.
Good, man. Good. Glad to hear it. It's been a while. Hold on. Let me turn that monitor off there. That's a little better now. All right, man.
Well, you look good, man.
Man, I appreciate it.
You
Appreciate
don't
it.
just look slim; you actually look slim.
Good, man. Thank you. I haven't, well, I doubled down on my classes,
Mm,
this last class. So, I took two. Um, and I still did really good, but
yeah,
man, it was a lot. It was a lot. Trump passed the 5 billion in rural healthcare transformation fund.
yeah,
And where I work is rural healthcare.
yeah.
Most of the clinics and one of our hospitals is considered rural.
Uh,
So I had to write a grant package for that, and
oh boy, grant writing.
yeah, well, it was short notice too, so I
Sure.
went short notice. Of course, for the past 6 months, it was at Alabama Department of Economics, Consumer Affairs. They were putting on workshops.
Adeka.
Yeah, DECA. They were putting on workshops and everything on how to do it. And of course, I didn't get notified till about 3 weeks till it was like I missed all the workshops. Like, okay, just go on and just throw something together. It took me about a week and a half. I'd say 2 weeks.
Do you
For
use
my
a little bit
boss.
of AI on it?
Oh yeah, I mean,
I
who
was about to
doesn't?
say.
But I mean, if you put in AI works really well if you know what you're talking about.
Right, right. If you know what you're asking them.
If you don't know what you're talking about, it's going to put very, very generalized answers, and for a
Yeah,
grant package of what they were asking for, it would look really foolish.
yeah,
So it took me several days to research what the grant covered, what they were
right.
going to fund, um, and then I had to put it into a format to where it made sense for a team my size to complete. Right, because I could go in there and ask for the world, but the grant's going to take place. It's going to be for the next 5 years.
Mhm.
Um, so I had one thing in mind was to ask for something that was reasonable for a team my size, increased by two, could actually accomplish in a year, you know.
Mhm.
So I had to sit there and think about it. It was pretty rough, man. But I got it. I got it. So
That's great. That's
yeah,
great.
a lot of it was me typing it out, rough drafted and brainstorming and trying to get it out, and then AI organizes it and puts it in English that's proper, and whatnot, which luckily I wasn't really doing the grant writing. I was putting together a package for a
Right.
professional writer to use.
Yeah.
So places I could just regurgitate a bunch of facts and knowledge and like put it in an order and a plan and they make it sound pretty. So I didn't have to
Right.
but it
Right.
did have to make sense. It had to have the dependencies. I had to have a plan, phase one, um, 3 months time frame for certain projects, how long things would take place. And a team my size, we
Hmm.
wouldn't have the option to, like, we wouldn't be able to do phase one where we focus on phase one. It would be different phases, would be staggered throughout. Like we'd have to start the refresh while we're doing the cybersecurity stuff or
Hmm.
whatnot while we're training people on a cybersecurity platform or building phishing campaigns. We've got to install systems. So it's like a team of seven. Um, we wouldn't have I don't have a projects team. I don't have a network team.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the
Um,
manpower's so
right.
smaller.
And oftentimes I have to I have to go out and when I'm not doing admin stuff, I've got to I mean, my employees are really coworkers, if I'm being
Go
honest.
out on site
Oftentimes,
and fix
yeah.
network stuff.
Yeah, I'm taking
Yeah.
tickets like they are. I
Yeah.
call a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
In fact, the old dog's still smoking them most days too. So we'll do about 20 or 30 tickets today, and sometimes I'll do over half, and I have to get off the porch and show them how it's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do that for several reasons, man. If they know I'm gonna go out there and give it to it, like do it like that, then
And
it
you,
makes it.
you talk from a place of, hey, I want you to do it. And then the other side of it is, I'm not going to ask you anything I'm not willing to do myself.
Yeah, yeah. So there's no nobody ever said, you don't do that. Um,
Yeah.
Because right now, I really have to deal with hiring guys new. So, um, I'm not going to ask you to do anything I wouldn't do. I can probably do it better than you. So
Yeah.
sit back and watch and learn, and I'll teach you. And, if you
That's
need help,
good.
yeah. So
That's
it's
good.
fun.
That's good because ultimately, from an efficiency standpoint, it's from the bottom line, it helps them. But the other side of it is you grounded and there's things as the technology gets more and more advanced, especially with AI agents doing what they do. Um, I just foresee a lot of the automation side of it kind of, it's just doing some of the things, but the hardwiring things, until, you know, robots can get that touchy feely part of it down, that's going to be another, what, 50, maybe 20, 50 years before they can actually
I
do the
would assume.
manual.
I
Yeah.
would assume, man. I mean, what people don't realize is AI is really not AI. It's just a
No,
program. Go out
no,
there
no.
and you
Yeah.
give it a topic and it reads to a
Yeah.
mountain of information in a fraction of
Yeah.
the time that me or you would,
The
and it
large
puts together
language model.
responses. Yeah,
Yeah.
it puts together responses based on the information it's given. And that's why a lot of times I don't know if people remember when AI first came out, it would say all sorts of things were inappropriate. And it's
Yeah.
because people figured out it was just regurgitating the information that it was
Right.
getting. So
Right.
it still does that. Um, a lot of that content's better filtered and controlled now. Um, and
Have you messed with OpenClaw at all yet?
is that what now?
Have you messed with OpenClaw at all yet?
I have not, man.
So what that is, and I'm making sure I have like an actual secured environment before I start really messing with it. But this is the next phase of the AI. It's called agentic AI. So basically, you can send it like a command prompt to do a task, and it'll do that task for you. Uh,
Okay.
Programming itself, how it used to be typed coded,
Mhm.
coders now are starting to use the AI to actually just talk what they want it to do. And
Mhm.
so it's really like really task oriented things. So that's the next phase of AI that's coming on board. Um, so,
Interesting.
but the tricky part about that type of AI is that you don't want it to be running around inside of areas that have secure information, especially on your own private networks.
Mhm.
So what you have to do is you got to house it inside of a network where you don't have to work, completely segregated from your actual personal
Mhm.
network. That way, when it
Okay.
runs, you run commands through it. It will inside of that box versus your environment. So
Okay.
yeah,
Man, that's a lot easier than you think.
yeah,
It's a lot easier than you think.
uh,
Basic router. Well, you can get a third party router, one
yeah,
outside of like what your cable company or internet service provider gives you. When you
yeah,
have their service, a Nighthawk, and some of them
yeah.
have basic capabilities. So you'll set up a VLAN. You want to segregate that device from the rest of the network. And you
Okay,
can segregate it in ways to where if you want it to go get certain things or go to certain websites or certain
okay,
access certain resources, you can grant that.
yeah.
Um, but for the most part, man, I mean, just starting out, um, you can get you any
I,
decent system
yeah,
and
I've got I bought a Mac Mini, so I'm gonna run it off of that, and I just got to get it off of its own
okay,
uh, network, and I'm gonna get this thing up and going. Because there's a lot of things I'd like to try to do, but I had somebody point out to me like this is the kind of wish that you have of using it on your network, and I'm like, well, I don't want that risk of
yeah,
me being on the banking side of it. I'm always thinking about risk management, so I'm like,
right,
okay,
absolutely.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I know all about that. Trust me.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you definitely do
Yeah.
now. Yeah. How much more longer you got left?
Right now, my graduation date is like the 1st of August.
Ooh.
Now that's next year. Next year.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, I should have been.
Got
But
me excited.
if I double down some more courses, I could probably make it. I actually could make it into December 1st of January.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that
No,
though.
I don't. I don't.
Because I got toasted up pretty bad when I'm doing two classes. I was working out a little bit. I'm quickly learning that I'm 44 now. So I can't go in there and push I mean I can push like I want to. I don't recover like I need to.
No, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
You
it's a lot
you
harder
can
for me to
push
do it.
all day long, but the
Push hard,
recovery different.
I
Yeah.
could push really hard, but I couldn't recover. So that was
Yeah.
an issue. I had Amesy all last month because she's starting band camp. So I get
Oh,
her tomorrow
good.
for last week.
What instrument is
Um,
she gonna play?
she plays clarinet. She channels her inner Squidward. So, but she can play the piano too.
Oh,
So she she do whatever she wants, man. Really, really smart
well,
kid.
Evie really loves to color and draw and those types of things. So I think she's gonna,
Yeah.
um, aside from, I think she has a near inherent love for soccer. But
Hmm.
boy, my son boy. Okay, so he's a righty by nature.
Hmm.
He's got a strong left kick with that left foot of his, man.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
actually cool though.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
That's
Yeah.
great, man.
He's a
Um,
charming little fellow. You'll get a trip out of him, man.
so man, how old are they now?
Well, Evie's now 6, and Bishop is 3.
Wow, man,
Goes
time
by
flies.
fast.
Yeah, it does, man. Wow. Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it really
That's
is,
great.
man.
Yeah, AMC turns 15.
Oh,
Man,
what the
oh
hell?
Lord.
Boy, how did she
Yeah.
turn 15 all of a sudden, man?
I know. You asked the same question I ask myself every time I look at
Wait,
her.
so that means she's driving next year?
She will be getting her learner's permit December, because
Wow.
her birthday is 11 days before mine. So December, December 5th, yeah. So we got the same birthday month. December 16th is mine, hers is December 5th.
The
So
amazing part about all this is I'm just kind of rewinding back. I mean, yeah, she should be about 15 now, back when through everything that you've been
yeah,
through
it's
over the years. That's wild.
12 years. 12 years was about what everything was about 13 years. That was about when everything we met.
2013, yeah,
Yeah. And then things kind
yeah,
of kicked off after that.
reconnected again. Yeah,
Mhm.
wow, wow,
Wild, man.
that is wild. Jeez.
Covered a lot of ground it was, I'd say it's a short time. 10 years ain't a lot of time at all. 12 years ain't a lot of time.
No, but when you look back on it, it does feel like it goes by pretty. Because the year coming up on what, 2 years now, 3 years,
2 years for
where you're at now.
I'm almost 2.5 years.
Okay. Good.
probably for forever. If they'll probably never let me leave. So,
That's
um,
no, that's good because that's from my standpoint, from an employment standpoint, as long as you got 2 years, that's like rock and roll. You can do what you
man,
want.
it's a good place. It's tough. It's rural healthcare. I didn't know what I
Yeah.
was getting into when I signed up for it, but um, aside from just in IT in general, healthcare adds another layer of urgency. Um, critical thinking because a lot of problems. HIPAA's involved.
Oh yeah.
And I know you understand because banking and finance, there's other layers than just standard
Privacy
security.
and
Um,
financial security. Yeah.
right, privacy matters.
Yeah.
Mistakes really matter because the first thing a mistake does is it harms reputation. And then,
Yep.
when you're dealing with banking and finance or healthcare, as soon as the reputation is damaged, here come the lawsuits.
Yeah.
No other side from that, man, keeping things going just for, the providers and nurses and the staff. That's pretty fun too.
Well, also too the other side of it's not just reputation, but identity theft is so rampant and wild. Back when you did that little article interview that you did all those years ago. I mean, ever since COVID, I'm of the mindset that the fraud just increased by 300 fold. I mean, it's just and it hasn't slowed down since. It's
It's
gotten
not going
more.
to.
It's getting more and more sophisticated. So.
It's well, I mean, there ain't anybody. There's very few people out there that do not have some sort of online identity. And the more you interact with online resources, the more you use this online. And honestly, I don't think it's possible to do what I do with the day if I didn't use digital resources, if I didn't have a smartphone, if I didn't
Yeah,
have an email to get reached at 24/7, aside from, the family side, the dad side, to be in touch with my kid,
yeah,
to be there for the people that need me.
right.
Technology, the alternative is what? To go back to pay phones and home phones? No, it's not going to do it.
No, it's not because it's kind of like taking guns away. It's not going to stop the people that are doing bad. They're
No.
not going to turn their guns over. You know, so it's kind of like in that kind of that same vein without such a dark and drastic way of looking at it. But it's not you can't take it away, and so it kind of goes back to AI that you can't stop AI. It's not going to slow down. You just have to put the guardrails in place, and with AI. I mean, kind of like with crypto, without putting those regulations and things in place, you know, it's not going to stop the other countries from doing what they're going to do. It just frames it up for how the U.S. needs to do
And on the side of that, man, like your needs, like it's not possible to do what we do in the day. Most people,
it. Not
I
the
don't,
speed and efficiency.
yeah, you got to have it to get through the day. If I look at what people tried to get accomplished when they filled out forms in person,
Oh God,
they had to drive all over
yeah,
town to paper
yeah,
applications, or
yeah,
I need social security card.
right,
Well, now you make an appointment online and go in there
yeah,
and get it in 10 minutes. You used to have mailed
yeah,
it to you, I think.
yeah,
Well, without technology, that's just I mean, there's times where I will take my phone and just throw it,
yeah,
uh, and throw
yeah,
it as far as I can. You know, like I
yeah.
don't want to hear, but
It's
I
so
can.
it's so weird how back in the see we grew up in the age in which the internet was just starting to pop off with dial up, where we were so
Mhm.
used to that slow processing speed. It had to wait like 2 3 minutes for it to get online. And now, I mean, we get so mad we just can't get something to print within 5 seconds when we send it to the print.
God, was it last year this time, man? The internet went out. It was a network outage with Verizon.
Cloudflare,
And a
yeah,
lot of people don't
Verizon
realize
too,
Verizon's
yeah,
a huge provider of fiber networks to AT&T and some of the major providers.
yeah,
So my phone was down and my internet was down. Man, I felt like Tom Hanks, Castaway.
yeah.
You know, I was about to put bloody in my hand and put it on a volleyball, call him by the manufacturer. Like it was rough.
I know.
I didn't realize how dark it was either, man. I didn't have any books I was interested in reading. I don't keep books I'm interested in reading because I get them all
Right.
online. Right? So, um, man, it was pretty sad. I sat in the house with nothing to do. Literally, I couldn't call anybody because I didn't have a home phone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody could call me because I was
Yeah.
offline. No
Right.
internet. It was total blackout.
Yeah, and that's the other side of like that's why I think to myself, well, maybe I should still have a landline just in case, you know?
I would say this at the very least, keep cash because my gas was almost out of my car. And so I was like, I was gonna just run up to the store and get some gas and go into work, and I'll just work, and take care of some things. Well, gas station's internet was down too, and all I was
Oh my God.
well, I was Stone Age. I had my checkbook. Nobody takes checks anymore. That's
Yeah.
what probably check is, unless it's
Yeah.
paycheck. So yeah,
Oh,
I was marooned. Without technology, I was marooned in the middle
that's
of
a good
nowhere.
point. Yeah, in all seriousness, you know, they can't go 100% digital. There has to be just a little bit of cash left.
Yeah.
You
Oh
can't
yeah.
go completely cashless because something happens and it knocks if it knocks one portion of the U.S. out, it will cause a
Mhm.
mass disruption.
And what do you think about them not making pennies anymore? It's pretty wild,
Oh,
isn't it?
that is wild. That is
Is
wild.
everything still going to stay 99 cents? Are they going to bump it up to an even dollar now? What do you think?
I don't know, man, because I've seen. I can't remember where it was. We went somewhere. And I didn't even think about it, but when I got change, no, I was paying. It was down in Pensacola. We were paying.
Mhm.
I was paying in cash because that's what we gave the kids to pay cash for their, pick out whatever toy you want. And so when I gave the change back, I'm sitting there looking at the change. I'm like, I know my math isn't off. There's no
Mhm.
pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah, they're still charging I was in the store, was it yesterday? And I didn't have they didn't give me any pennies. I got my change back, didn't give me any pennies. I don't care. I mean, all
Right.
I do pennies is lose them or they get fall in like my cup holder.
So they keep the difference, or they give you back extra change.
I don't even I think he kept the difference, but I don't care.
Yeah, yeah. That's the side I wasn't paying attention to because, again, I'm more paying attention to them getting getting what they want to get. So when I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the change. I'm like, did I get shorted on the change, or did they give me too much?
Yeah.
So, and again, I don't 3 cents. It's not going to really bother me if I don't get my 3 cents. So,
I know where my pen they end up in my cup holder after I've
yeah,
had drinks in there and then they just
yeah.
stick to the bottom of it. So
I
they
wonder
can
if
have
pennies
that.
are
I
going to
don't
be
need it.
worth something now that they don't give them back.
Uh, there's a couple out there that are worth something.
Yeah, but that
It
was
might be
before
worth
all
it to
this
grab a
happened.
couple.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep them in the piggy bank. It's like, all right, let's go change these pennies in. No, 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 we'll hold on to the pennies.
I can get you a couple rolls just in case. And
Yeah,
who knows, man, they might go up to a couple of $100. You know,
yeah,
you can retire off that.
yeah.
Get you 6 or 8 rolls of
Wouldn't that be
pennies.
funny? It's like, yeah, of all the harebrained schemes over the years I've tried, all I had to do was just save a couple rolls of pennies.
Yeah, it's a couple rolls of pennies. It's
Yeah,
worth, who knows, man? Who knows? It might work. You got nothing to
no,
lose with a
yeah.
couple of pennies.
Well, it's the same thing with playing the lottery. You got nothing to lose if you don't win unless you play.
Yeah, yeah, man. I don't have the luck for that. I think I'd have to had the luck at times, but not enough to play consistently.
All
Um,
it takes is just once.
that's all it takes is just once. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, so man, what's else been going on with you besides
Oh,
the home improvement?
just this is year three in the mortgage world, so just pretty much acclimated to it now. You know, work is steady. Gotten to the
Yeah.
point where I can easily communicate. You know, when it comes to any type of salesmanship, in my opinion, it's really just being able to have a conversation, being comfortable with conversating with people.
Yep.
Um, I don't. I never feel like I'm selling anybody anything. It's just really just telling them about what I do and sharing my experiences. And if they feel comfortable with doing it with me, great. If they don't want to, that's fine too. I've gotten a lot better at being able to kind of tell people no, which is for me was always kind of a little bit of a hard thing to do because I have a people pleasing nature inside of
Yeah.
me. But now I'm just like, you don't have to do business with me. It's okay.
Well, time is money, right? You
It's
know,
very
so
much so. Very
and
much so.
if you know a deal can't go down, then
No, I'm
there's
I'm
you're
I'm
not
doing
being
you.
moved.
I'm doing you a disservice if I don't tell you no.
Yeah, yeah.
I give
Sometimes you
you a
have to.
very quick no so you can move on.
Yeah, yeah. That's important. And some people they'll hang on. They'll see
Yeah,
that. It just depends, you know. It depends. Some people get upset. Some people appreciate the honesty.
yeah.
You get a mix of both. I'm sure. But it
Oh yeah.
sounds like it sounds. I mean, you start anything, especially in a sales environment. You gotta build, right?
Hmm. It's
You
all
gotta get.
relationships.
Yeah, you got to start building relationships. You got to get your rotation going. You know,
Yeah,
people they come back. You know, they'll start coming back after a certain amount of time.
yeah,
Get your name out there.
yeah.
It takes time. Uh,
Well, it's helped doing this. Doing James and James just helped
mhm.
make me very comfortable with talking with people. And so off of James and James, that's where Tell Your Story is coming from. It's a James and James was basically always meant to be like a long form conversation.
Mhm.
Wasn't meant to be what Derek wanted to try it to be, like kind of like a talk show type format. And I don't know that's not the way it's gonna be. And so, he didn't understand that until about episode 5 or 7, somewhere in there. That's when he kind of understood and got it. And the more people I had on, that wasn't just him. That's when he understood that, like, oh, you actually do have a structure behind the actual madness of it. I'm like,
Mhm.
well, yeah, there's a purpose behind it. So the reason why I had Derek on originally was because I never felt comfortable doing it just by myself. Versus now it's gotten to a place where I can do it by myself, and it doesn't matter who I bring on. And
Right.
so it's got its own. I mean, you'll see once you actually do it. Um,
Good.
but no longer than 3. I mean, it could go longer than 3, but I think people's attention spans kind of cap out a lot earlier than 3. But it's
Yeah.
also the side of it that people don't understand is that everybody has a story to tell.
Mm.
Whether it's a short story or a long story, everybody has a story to tell.
No, yeah. A lot of them are interesting, man. I
Oh, a
think
lot of them
everybody's
are,
story is very interesting.
especially if you
Uh,
hit a certain topic.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I think yeah, there's certain topics that I know me and you are have very colorful
Oh yeah,
examples and
oh
stories
yeah,
to tell about.
oh yeah. Also,
And
wagon is one of many.
man, I got more than I'd like to admit. I got some doozies out there.
Yeah,
It's good and bad though. But all in all, I'm here now, so I say it worked out
it's
okay.
good. Yeah,
Worked out
if you're
okay.
still here, it's good. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Well, man, I think from 12 years ago to now, I feel like I'm a different person. Uh,
you are physically. Physically, it's a manifestation of how different you are.
it's yeah, the whole everything is a lot
Everything's
different.
different.
It's
There's a
better.
lot for the better.
It,
A lot for
it's
the better.
significantly better. I know the difference in surviving, thriving now.
Oh yeah,
And it's a huge transition. A lot of people don't realize they're thriving and still live in survival mode.
man.
Um, and it takes time to get out of that mindset. You know, case in point, I freak out about simple things, getting a flat tire. When I'm down the road from a place that'll patch your tires for free, even if you're not a customer. So why freak out? Till just relax and work through it. Um,
Well, there are parts of yourself that there's different ways of approaching their different parts. Some people believe that cutting those parts away is a good thing, which I mean, it may or may not be. But there's parts of you that are uh, protected. Those parts are good parts. To really. I would argue that there are no bad parts of yourself. Now there are parts that have done bad things, sure,
Mhm.
but the
I
argue,
agree.
but the question is what was the what caused it to go there? Where was the pain coming from that
Mhm.
caused these things that others would interpret as bad to come from? Now, is it truly evil? That's where you have to kind of dig deep into yourself to find it. I would argue that, in my opinion, that evil is something that it is progressively nihilistic or anti-human, seeking the destruction of humanity. To me, that's evil. Um,
Yeah.
it's a very basic and rudimentary definition of evil, but I mean, if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. If you want to destroy the entire planet, which in essence will destroy all of humanity, to me, that's evil. Um, well, then your argument would be, well, so a person that harms another human being, is that person evil? Well, let's clarify. If that person is protecting his child from another
Yeah.
person, that's not evil. That's defense.
Mhm.
The person that's perpetrating that act is evil, but the person defending against it, that's not an evil act. But
I agree, man.
yeah.
I think I think some people get lost, and I think my daughter said something years ago, and I never realized how wise it was. She said, "Dad, like villains in comic books, they don't know they're villain half the
No,
time."
yeah.
I think
Doctor
some
Doom
people,
is a pure example of that.
yeah, it's like sometimes people get lost in the goal, and they forget how important the details are
Mm-hmm.
in order to achieve that goal, right?
Well, I would
How
say
you,
Doctor Doom isn't a villain; he's an anti-hero more than he's
yeah,
a bad person.
right.
Yeah,
But how you achieve certain things is just as important
yeah,
as
yeah.
if you not.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah. So what's the quote of the Bible? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Is that in the
It
Bible? Is that?
it's not in the. I don't think it's in the Bible, but it is a quote that people have said quite often. In fact,
Yeah.
my dad's Aunt Jean, she said that to me when I was 17 years
Mhm.
old. She said that the path to hell is paved with good intentions. Yeah. Which is true because it was such a profound statement because I'd never heard of it before. Like it is what it is.
Oh yeah, it is what it is, man. That's everywhere though.
Everywhere now.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
You were the first I ever heard that from. Now I hear it all over the place. I hear it on history hyenas. I hear it everywhere. I'm like,
It's,
oh,
it's everywhere, man. Man, I feel the same way about mouth breathers. I
oh
coined the term
no,
mouth.
this.
So listen, you got to listen. All right, so I was driving down Atlanta Highway and listen, I was headed, I don't know where I was headed to, but I looked over and next to me and I saw this elderly couple. And nothing, no, nothing against them, but it was hot. All the windows were rolled up, and they're both just like they were just seeing who could suck up the most oxygen. Just it was awful. And
That's
so I was like,
please.
man,
Please don't let me tune into that, Lord. I don't
yeah.
want to
So,
see that kind of
so
crap.
if I ride with you and you drive like that, I'm gonna tell you because we're friends. So
Yeah.
I don't want you to ride around with your mouth open, man. But I every
I
now
mean,
ever
how
since
many
then,
times have I done that? Not really. I
who
don't know. I
knows?
don't even know if I've been doing it.
I don't know. I guarantee you they didn't know.
Oh,
They didn't look like they knew they were going, honestly.
yeah, boy. Oof.
But,
Oh,
but they were getting there. They were getting there. But man,
hopefully
ever since I
safely.
would
God
say
bless
that,
them. Mm,
ever
mm.
since I said that, I felt like now it's a common term now. A
Now I'm going
mouth
to be
breather.
very, very cognizant of how I breathe.
Yeah. In through your nose, out
Yep.
through. Oh, Lord.
Oh, that
Uh,
nasal congestion hits me. I'm like, oh, here I go. I can hear him
sure.
complaining now.
Oh yeah. Man, that's pretty good stuff.
No, man. Now I'm
So, so how
tuned
is
in.
Derek doing?
He's good,
How,
man. He's
he's
good.
good. Okay. What's he doing?
Yeah,
Is he
he's
still teaching?
yeah. He bounces in and out of the teaching thing, but yeah, he's back teaching again. He's gonna be teaching at Percy Julian teaching math.
Okay.
So on the side, he's still doing his education courses and things like that. He's also uh, uh, preaches from time to time at the church he attends, and he does this with me. I mean, he's always doing something. And three girls,
Yeah,
and
man. Well, good, man. I'm glad to hear it. I'm
yeah,
glad to hear it. When was it? It was 12 years ago when I met him too. Or 12,
yeah,
13. Was
right,
it
yeah,
12 or 11? Just around
yeah.
that time. So
2014, 2013.
I think it's 2014, 20,
Okay,
2015.
okay. So Jill and I, we were dating about 2 years in at that point.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Pretty
she's
wild, man.
still working hard at Montgomery Vascular, and she's the team lead nurse now, which is basically like a charge nurse. She's over the nurses and the medical assistants. So, you
That
know,
reminds me, I gotta
you
get in
know
touch
that.
with her.
You know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen her. I hadn't seen her in a while because
yeah.
at work they keep me chained to the desk, so it's hard for me to get away when I want to. I think I actually got an appointment that I need to follow up with, so I need to reach out. So at that office, so I got hit in the ankle years ago when I was bouncing, and
Mm-hmm.
it's had issues now, like in the past, I don't know, 5 years.
Uh-huh.
And then my mother blessed me with varicose veins.
Yeah, I was about to say varicose
It's a
veins. I
genetic,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a genetic gift. And it's only on the left leg that's bad. The right leg's okay. But I think from what I've read, that's common. Um, the one leg shorter than the other, but also it's harder for the body to pump the blood back up the leg on one of the legs. I'm not sure.
really.
Um,
Huh.
yeah, because I could be wrong.
Yeah, but no, it
I
makes
could have
sense because
gotten
your
all my
blood
information
circulates through a certain way.
right.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. I could have gotten all my information from trustmebro.com. So please feel free to go back behind me and verify. I'm not an expert, right?
No, no.
But
It sounds right from a circulation aspect of it. Yeah.
um, but yeah, let's hopefully we get that taken care of, man. But other than that, it's not even. It looks bad, but the pain, I don't have any like horrible pain or anything.
Good.
Like
Good.
mid 40s have been pretty good for me, so
Good.
I feel better than ever, man. So.
Good. And Amy's doing good, and romance life. Yeah. Is there some?
Oh, yes. Oh, they gone. PJ and Nelly are no longer
Yeah.
here in the house. I wish them the very best. Um, I do. I wish them the very best. But that was
Well, it's time to have your own
it
space.
was. It was. Um, that was a now they helped me at a pretty difficult time in my life. So, I can't say that I didn't benefit from that relationship. And I still need to reach out to PJ and talk to them. Because they moved down the road, I think, to a trailer nearby.
Well, see,
Nearby.
that was what you were worried about was them finding a place. But like I told you back then, they'll
Yeah.
find a place. They'll find a way.
Well, they found a place for about what they were paying
Good.
here.
Good.
Um just their portion, right?
Right.
So yeah, they've done really good. And I see them riding around with Tom Cook because they still live up here. So I'll
Yeah.
see them, coming down 231.
Yeah.
Obviously, waving isn't going to do any good because it's 231. We're both doing about 55 or 60.
Right.
But I have seen them. So
Good.
they got my number. But
Good.
yeah, man, it was time. It was time for them to go. And after careful consideration, I was gonna leave, and then I was like, housing market's kind of rents going crazy high. Like
Yeah.
rents prices are unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the past 12 years, my rent has gone up $50.
Yeah. Stay. Yeah.
And then yeah, and it's a very nice house in a very nice
Yeah.
neighborhood. I'm
Yeah.
I'm getting a bargain. You
Yeah.
know that. You know
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, in a time right now where it's this difficult to rent,
Yeah.
um, it's outrageous. I've
The
been
yeah.
so
I would if your next move from a housing standpoint, it should be to buy, not rent. Especially
yes, sir.
stay exactly where you are, and then purchase a home because again, it's one of those things where rent is way too. It's way too high.
Yeah, it's too expensive, man. Unless you know somebody, you got a good line, word of mouth. I mean, this place was word of mouth.
Yeah,
This much wasn't advertised at all.
yeah,
So a lot of the places out there, if you don't have a line in, you don't know somebody who knows somebody, you're looking. I think even the most residential places now are being rented out by actual leasing companies.
yeah.
You're very hard pressed to find a private homeowner who rents
And
their
it's
home.
very, very, very private. These have to be like Cloverdale type area.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's very much by word of mouth,
hmm
and
it
they're
is.
selective about letting you know that that's out there. And what to be sure, especially in that area, because they're trying to keep the integrity of the neighborhood. So
Yeah,
that's how they've done it for all these years. So
yeah. Cloverdale's been a wild place, man. Because you can be in over Cloverdale and you can go two streets over, and man, you better be strapped and
yep, just
protected or
literally
passing
on the
through
other
very
side of the
quickly.
road.
Yeah, literally across the street. It's just that bad. It's always been like that, though.
Yeah, oh
It's
yeah,
been like that ever since I can remember,
yeah,
past 25 years.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I know some of them business. Well, didn't 1048 close?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um, that place had been sliding down the road for the past 20 years too, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It was going to happen eventually, but they finally where that vacant area of on Fairview that kind of got damaged by the fire and all that stuff. They turned that into a big bad breakfast.
okay.
They gutted the whole thing and put a big bad breakfast right there. So parts of Old Cloverdale that have been needing to renovate and get better are getting better. And Huntington College being right there is what's holding it in place.
Yeah, that is a good spot right there. Huntington's always been a nice
Yeah.
campus
And
too.
the country club being there too is
Yeah, there's
yeah.
some places there. Yeah, man. I don't really go to Montgomery. Come to think of it, I don't think I really go to Montgomery anymore. I go to pick Ames up in Pike Road.
Yeah.
Um,
And I don't
you
really go into Montgomery other than going to work and meeting people at restaurants and things like
mm,
that. But I don't really
you're,
like work, like live in Montgomery.
you're just downtown,
Yeah.
decent restaurants, and then you're gone. Yeah.
Yeah. I can just hop back on the interstate, head back at home.
Yeah, man. I think I've been through there. I think I had to get blood a while back. I had to take Angie to an appointment through, and it was an East Chase. But
Mm-hmm.
even from coming from where I was to East Chase, it seems like it's just, I don't know, it's just a
It's different.
struggling area. It
It's
seems like
different.
it's struggling.
Yeah.
Um, I've never seen as many homeless people as I have
Yeah.
everywhere. It seems like there's a lot more, and that may be everywhere. That may not just be a Montgomery issue. That may be a statewide or even a national issue. But it seems like I
Probably.
see.
But I would argue that the organization, uh, the homeless shelter that was by the Whitewater being closed, that impacted it for sure.
Mhm.
Gosh, what is that? Salvation Army. Salvation Army being closed.
Yeah,
They never actually put a new location in place. So without that, that was where a lot of homeless people were going.
yeah.
So, you know,
I think a lot of them are. If there's railroad tracks, I've noticed that there's even old railroad tracks. There tends to be a lot of people close by. So
interstates, off the interstate, all that stuff.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, interstates, especially near the bridges, that's natural
Yeah.
shelter,
Yeah.
natural, very strong, solid shelter.
Yep.
And that may not be quiet, but it's tough nonetheless.
But it's also like a lot bigger than you think. It's like I don't know how big length and width it is, but it's a lot. You put a lot of people underneath that. So
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's shelter. And
yeah,
I imagine if a lot of cars are on it, it kind of generates. So it's got to generate a little heat.
yeah, yeah, especially in the wintertime. So
Hmm. Well, man, what else has been going on?
well,
Anything new? Anything?
no, not really, man. You know, so just glad that the church is up my way now. They got a campus up our way.
Okay. I do remember that. I know they started one up there.
Yeah, February is when it started. So,
Good man.
and actually,
Good.
the pastor in Montgomery is the one up here too. So it's kind of like
Okay.
Montgomery Part Two for us. So,
Well,
it's
good man.
good. And so Evie and Bishop they like going. So that's a good thing. So
Well, good deal, man.
yeah,
Well, I think other than, the roommates leaving school, I've been with Brittany now for 8 months.
it's
So
great, man.
you'll have to meet her. She's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
she's cool. So,
That's good. Well, I look forward to
um,
doing that sometime.
yeah, well, dating was pretty rocky there in the beginning.
Sure.
Dating is not like riding a bicycle.
No.
Uh, you can forget real quick. So yeah, oh man, last year was rough. Uh, I was reminded of a lot of lessons that I had forgotten,
Yeah.
and had to learn some new ones too. Um,
Yeah, it's probably changed a lot.
yeah, dating's changed a lot. It changes, heavy reliance on technology.
Okay.
Uh, there's more buzzwords out there too. Uh,
Okay. What's
you
the
know,
one significant change that really took you by surprise or didn't expect that you weren't expecting?
um, the lack of actually having to. People don't go out like they used to.
Really?
Yeah, so like most of 90% of the people even Brittany, like it wasn't out like traditionally what I was used to, years ago where I could go to a
Hmm.
bar or a social
Hmm.
place, just introduce myself or lean up against the bar and,
Yeah.
look cool or whatever, or,
Yeah.
or just speak. No, it was a lot of it. I think 90% was Brittany I worked with. So I'd
Hmm.
seen her ever
Yeah.
since I started working at where I'm at now. And it was kind of cool because she got to see the change
Hmm.
firsthand.
Hmm.
She even remembered when I smoked. So,
Hmm.
so that was pretty cool. But no, man, it's different. Dating in your 40s is very strange because for me it was I guess my how do I put it? I could go from 25 to 55. That was a dating pool. That was the dating
Right.
pool, and it was so that was strange for me.
Yeah.
Because you trust me, I looked like you many times. Like, yeah, I had that same face as I would be talking to people. Like it was strange, man.
Yeah. That
But
is
I'll tell you,
interesting.
but the craziest thing of all is the acceptance of open relationships.
Really.
Oh my God, man. Because I did the Facebook dating. I think I got more, uh, you know, I had more people reach out to me to be a third wheel. Yeah, I'm married, but my husband and I are in an open relationship. There was a lot of that.
Really.
Yes, yes. It's
That
it's
just
it's
just sounds like it's not.
a headache. It sounds like
Yeah.
a headache
Well,
to have
yeah,
to
but
entertain two
I just
individuals,
can't.
right?
I just can't imagine that going on like in the 2090s.
Oh no. Um,
It just seems really unusual.
it's very strange. And to me, it's still strange, but that's kind of this like that's accepted now. Like that's
Oh,
um
I wonder when that shifted.
I don't know, man. I wasn't in the dating scene when it did.
Yeah, it's like
So
I
uh,
didn't get the memo on that one.
I didn't. I missed the curve. I got a brief taste of it, but but man, and there was a lot of that, and that was strange. Unfortunately, I never had that wasn't what I was looking for.
Yeah, yeah,
And so it wasn't like uh, being also in the being in my 40s, also the realization that I don't want to be dating for
no,
the next 20 years, right?
no, and that's a good maturity to have because there are some people that are our age that they just have that commitment issue. and they don't want to be, you know, they don't want to be quote unquote tied down, you know.
I mean, and I don't think it's just it's not really a commitment issue, but I could even say that I struggle with, um, it's not so much as the commitment. Relationships require you to put your faith into somebody else. You
Well,
can't fix things without the other person. You have to like it's up to them to meet you halfway, or it doesn't work. And so you're still at the mercy of the other's participation. That's something that I didn't feel very strongly about.
what it really boils down to more than anything is uh, safety. Whether you feel safe, you know, to be with another person, to be completely 100% vulnerable with that person. And so, you know, people that have come from harder backgrounds, more broken backgrounds, it's harder for them to let themselves feel safe, you know?
I think even at times, I think even people without the background, I think people who make it look easy still struggle with those
Oh, of
emotions.
course.
Like I don't think
Yeah.
anybody's immune from feeling vulnerable or
Yeah.
worrying about the other person.
And if they don't know how to handle it, it's
Yeah.
that's where the problem
And I think for a while, I mean, I would even go as far as to say when I was with Amy's mother, I had some issues that should have been addressed. You know, I
to
lacked a
be
lot of maturity in a lot of things.
to be fair though, for individuals that aren't equipped with how to address it, you know, if they don't understand what that is, you know, they don't have the
Mm,
self-awareness to say, is this what this is? Is this where the pain's coming from? How does this make me feel internally? Without hearing background noise saying, hey, you're being too much of a wussy, don't ask that question.
right,
Or
that's tough,
why,
man.
you know, if you don't have the willingness to go into those places and let those thoughts, you know, speak, and then be able to understand that just because these are thoughts, that's all they are. They're just thoughts. There's no physical repercussion behind the thoughts that you're having. You know, these are thoughts that are manifestations of experiences that, you know, you're responding in a way because of X, Y, and Z. And it's okay to feel these things. You genuinely are safe, and it's okay to be let yourself feel safe with this other person. And you know, the vice versa. It's okay for her
Mhm.
to talk about the things that don't make her feel safe because it's like that's they use the word security for women, but both men and women both
Yeah,
want to feel safe
yeah.
in
I
different
think
ways.
I think you nailed it though. But I mean, I'll tell you, like sometimes you get the self-awareness before you know how to fix things.
Yeah,
And that right there is miserable. And I think
yeah,
I've had that for a long time, but I didn't have the tools to start
right,
taking the steps.
right.
And so, because self-awareness, you can't make excuses.
No,
And the run-of-the-mill excuses that a person uses without self-awareness when they obtain it, that they no longer work.
yeah,
Like you know, like I knew, like, oh man, that's not it. Like I can't tell myself that because that's not true at all. It's not
right,
even close. It doesn't
right,
work. But there was a point for me. I had the self-awareness, but I didn't have the tools.
right,
Even now, and even now, I there's things that I'm terrible at in a relationship,
yeah.
and I'm very open about that.
That's good.
I started seeing a counselor for relationships last year.
That's good.
Um, and I haven't stopped. And
That's good.
what's crazy is I'm able, what they call it, secure attachment. I'm able to securely attach to friends. I'm able to do it with employees. I have a great relationship with my daughter, some other
Hmm.
family members. I, for years, and still now, I still struggle. Um, but I still try. Not perfect, but I'm trying. But it helps to have another person there who equally wants it to work.
That's right.
It's
That's right.
putting in the work. It
That's
is
right.
putting in the work. And
That's the key piece of a healthy relationship is that both sides are putting in the work. You
yeah,
know, that's you know, the hard part is um, finding that. But when you find that, it's dependent on what you've been through. It's accepting. That
Yeah.
can be the second hardest part is accepting. Uh, and like I said, it's I think what helped you the most is Angie,
Yeah.
having a daughter, having something reflect and model back to you thoughts and feelings and emotions. And as you watch her grow up, it kind of, in moments, you would pause and reflect and see yourself as you were younger. And I could be wrong. Please stop me.
No,
Right.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's there's also the mark of somebody, good parent or anybody,
Mm,
is being able to take mistakes from others and learning from them. You
yeah.
know, if I apply that raising Amzie, I've been able to save her a lot of
Yes.
the situations that I was put into.
Yeah.
And so by doing that, it strengthened my relationship with her. It
Yeah.
changed, and kept her view of me very positive. And so you know, I think that helped me a ton because then I
Hmm.
realized, okay, well, I can do this. Um, I can't, it's still different, but the same, right? Any
Yeah.
relationship, it's a give and
Yeah.
take. But ultimately, you put yourself out there and you trust somebody
Yes.
and you put yourself in situations where they may pay you back or they may not. They may come
Yeah.
through or they may not.
Yeah.
Um, but if you find like good people or you're getting in good relationships, whether it be friend, girlfriend or whatnot, even family members, like it doesn't have to always be romantic.
That's right.
A friend or a true, like a true relationship, it should bring benefits to both sides, you
Yeah.
know. Um, but yeah, you just have to take a risk.
You always have to take a risk. Yeah.
You got to take a
Because
risk,
no
you
man's an island.
Mhm. So, and that requires putting yourself in vulnerable positions too. You take the risk. Yeah, okay. There's no binding contract. There's no reason like anybody has to keep their word. If they choose to do it, then why wouldn't I return that? Why wouldn't I
Yeah.
match that if possible? Um, so yeah, man. So Angie showed me that. You know, but I've always been humble with her too. Uh, I've always tried to make it clear to her that I have my shortcomings too.
Yeah.
So
That's
if I find that she's, talking to me about something and I can relate to it and I can provide um, not just sit there and do the old, the dad talk, right? I mean,
mm,
because I can do that. Well, you shouldn't do that. I've learned that she listens a lot better if I can provide a situation um, to where she knows I understand completely, you know.
yeah.
So I try to do that. I try to dial down the dad teaching moments too, because
Yeah.
she's about to be 15 now. If
How
I
is
haven't,
that going for you as far as in the teenage years for you? Is she still, because these at this point, from what I've heard from multiple people, this is the point where their independence really starts to kind of push through and they start really,
Mhm.
for lack of a better word, phrase, they start trying to want to figure it out on their own. They kind of discard a lot of the good lessons that you taught them. They just want to test those lessons for whatever reason. Is she trying to do that, or is she pretty still receptive and open to what you have to say to her?
Don't know. I don't think so. Um, I think the way that we related or the way I presented things, because I was pretty open about my mistakes too.
Yeah,
Um, and so I'm hoping that she's done what I've been able to do is try to learn from my mistakes as well.
she always
Um,
seemed pretty smart from what you've told me.
yeah,
That she picks it up pretty quickly.
we also have an incredible relationship.
Yeah,
As in terms of has my relationship with her been strained because of our interactions or because something she's done or I've done to each other? No. Like I've never had that. I've never had her be disrespectful. And I mean, I'm spoiled. I'm a spoiled parent. Like I don't deserve her. Like she's a great kid, straight A's, no behavior problems.
Right.
She can draw whatever she wants, plays two instruments. Um, she's talented. She already knows what she wants to do. She wants to be a veterinarian. Um, I think she'd make a great doctor.
Right.
Uh, but no, man, I don't think that in fact, I would say this. I would encourage her to try some of her own things at
Right.
this age now, where she's at an age
She
where
can, because of
she has the
responsibilities of life.
support that, yeah, and she doesn't have the heavy responsibility. This is the time to learn.
Yeah.
This is the time to make the mistakes,
Right.
not every mistake.
Not every mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a time where she should be establishing her independence now. Uh, she should be doing that. I've always allowed her, when I was younger, I was always curious as to why I was being told to do things. And it was always viewed as a sign of disrespect. And it was probably because the way I was asking it at the time I was
Mm-hmm.
asking. Why do I have to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Mm-hmm.
told you to. Like we've all heard that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but I swore I would never do that. I never did that with Angie.
Yeah.
Not once did I tell her, because I told you. Because obviously she's going to do that. She understands that if I told her to do something, she's going to do it. But
Right.
I always try to take moments. I always try to make it a point to answer her questions. Um, and she stopped asking me. She doesn't really ask me anymore. Like if I tell her to do something, she just does it.
That's what I've found with Evie is that as she's getting older, I mean, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, taking initiative to help with things and learn things and do things without having to be asked, um, asking questions. Since it's a little different dynamic than yours because there's Bishop too, so there's this dynamic that I never had to grow up with, where
Hmm.
there's siblings, competing against each other for favor, and
Oh yeah.
it's also interesting for Jill because she had her sister. She didn't have a brother, so Jill and I were both in very unique environments because yes, she grew up in a you know two sibling household, but the other sibling was a girl. You see, um, so with me, I didn't have a brother or a sister. So it's interesting for mom because she never had to be around raising a girl, because it was always me. So Bob and Arlene, they're in an interesting environment because yes, they raised girls, but they never had a part in raising before. So
Mhm.
it's interesting God's sense of humor in that He would put the pieces that we've never experienced on our own to help us grow in different ways that we never imagined having to grow. And because typically, if you have a girl as your first child, historically, genetically, they say that you're going to have girls going forward. I mean, Leo's got three girls.
Yeah.
Wade has two boys.
Yeah, I stopped at one. And I probably would have more too. But my grandfather on my mother's side, my mom had two sisters and a brother, so three girls and a boy. Um, and then and my dad's side was two boys and a girl. So, and then Angie's mother, she was the youngest. So, and then I was the oldest. So, man, it's always a different perspective.
It is. It is. These are
But,
perspectives that you never even thought of before. So it's interesting.
it's one thing. Siblings are going to drive each other crazy.
Oh God, yeah.
I was much older than my siblings, and you know they would mess with me, and I would mess with them.
Yeah.
That was I'll have to tell you some things. I had some pretty cool things that we still joke about. Like I had this song. They would uh they would always mess with me when I cried, and so I started messing with them, and I came up with this song. It's okay to cry, and we still sing it to each other. So
Mm.
it's pretty good stuff, man. Um, was it this time last year? I think my brother messaged me on Facebook and did a video call, and he's like, "Hey, sing the 'It's Okay to Cry' song." I hit him with it. I'm not gonna do that tonight. We'll save that another time. But oh yeah, it's got lyrics and everything. It's got a
Oh
few.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a chorus, and then it's got some
Got
lyrics
a
in it. So,
chorus. Yeah.
oh yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
But I was much older, so I had to be careful.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I was bigger, more mature, stronger. Um, so I had to be careful. It wasn't fair because I could technically
No.
win at everything.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool because I figured out that if I just intentionally lost at some things with my brother, he'd leave me the hell alone. Yeah, like I'm serious. If I just if I let him kind of come in my room and act like I didn't want him in there, but he got in there anyways, like he got one over on me, like he'd kind of leave me alone, like, yeah, I got him. And he'd kind of, revel in that victory, and I'd
Oh
kind of like,
yeah.
there's peace. You
That's
got me.
funny. It's funny how that type of behavior is. It's true. It's how excited like Bishop will get over
Mhm.
something simple as going potty. Be like, yes. I'm like, there you go, buddy.
I know,
High five.
man. I know. That's awesome. I love that too about kids, man. Everything's awesome.
Yeah.
So Amesy first time she went potty, I think she made stinky beans. So for
Stinky
several
beans.
years, yeah, so it was stinky beans. Every time if I had to use the bathroom, it was always I gotta go stinky beans. I'll be back. So we've grown out of that now. I'd say I have to, but man, that was the cool thing about being a parent. It's because and still is the things that we get so used to doing every day. Um, or I
Adult
say
things.
the things that like I've got so used to doing. There was a time when they were really hard, and I hadn't done it before, and I learned how to do it. Learned how to do it pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's a reminder, man. Like everything's still kind of cool. You know, the way kids react to seeing trees or other
Yeah.
animals.
Oh God. Yeah.
That true fascination and true excitement, man.
Oh, it's a wow.
It,
Yeah.
it,
I
it's
mean,
it's
there's
it's
nothing like it.
contagious.
It is
Yeah, it's
nothing like it.
contagious, man. It kind of reminds me to kind of look through a child, kind of hang on to that, see the world with that kind of wonder and
Yeah.
curiosity and excitement.
Yes. And
It's a
that's
gift.
why Jesus was always about, you know, don't paraphrasing, of course, don't mess with the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
Don't mess with the kids.
absolutely.
It's a very, very brief paraphrase, but that pretty much sums it up how he felt about kids. Don't mess with kids. Don't mess with
Nope,
kids. Yeah.
no, man. I got I didn't realize it was 2:30.
Yeah. You see?
Like, it's been here like 15, 20 minutes, man. It's been going pretty smooth. I had shoes on. I didn't kick them off, and I'm sitting there rocking back and forth, having a good
I
old time.
know it. I know it. It's been too long. We're gonna, you know, not go too long before the next one.
Yeah, man, we need to. How long has it been since the last one? I think it's
Oh
been over a
God,
year and a half.
like at least because it we're I think this is episode 49 now.
Hmm.
So
Now I got a confession to make, man. I've never watched. I don't like watching or hearing
it's okay.
myself, so I
It's
can't
okay.
watch an
Nobody
episode.
does.
Yeah,
Nobody does. And that's the
I
only
can't do
reason
it.
why I've been that whole transcript thing is because I have to
Mhm.
without it running, I have to go back and listen so I can summarize everything. Whereas with the transcript running, I can just look through it, like parse it down. And so that's why it frustrated me that I can't figure out how it was working and now it's not working. So I've got to, I know a workaround, but I still got to, I want to figure out how to get that to work right. So.
Man, if you need some technical support, I know a guy. Let me know.
I know
I
you and I
might
know one other guy too.
Yeah, let me know. How is Sean doing, man?
Good man. He just picked up another job. It's a little bit something a little bit more. he was on the road a lot. So
I remember him get reaching out to me, and I wish I had a role for him. I just
yeah,
didn't. But man, yeah, man, he's what? How long was he doing that? Because I know he was doing that for quite a while, wasn't
well, it's still kind of off and on, off and
he?
on.
Yeah.
So I
So
would
he's
say that this is now. I think he's in a not where he's having to do that now. So, yeah,
contract, and hmm,
yeah,
it's good. It's good
good
until it's not.
money,
It's
but
good. There's no, there's
but
no, there's no security.
there's a big but on that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard, man, because if any company goes through a situation and you're a contractor, uh, you gone.
yeah,
You
yeah.
gone. If you ain't full time, you gone. I
Well,
mean,
again, if you're not the one that's in charge of the company,
yeah, yeah.
you know, that's the side of it. If you own the company, you contract out people. That's a different story.
Mhm.
Versus if you are the contractee or the hired gun, then yeah,
Yeah, I was a hired gun many places, and
oh
yeah,
yeah,
oh man, I won't take another contract job. I won't do contract to full time either.
yeah.
I
Dad would
refuse.
have lots of words of wisdom to give you if he was still around.
Yeah, that's yeah. Man, every time I think of SharePoint now, because I'm a SharePoint admin now.
You think of Dad?
I think of your dad, man. I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
There,
Dad,
if I hear SharePoint, I think of him instantly every single time.
it means
So
that means the world to me. Hearing that because there's so many people's lives he's impacted that I will
yeah,
never know. I'll never know
he
how
was
many lives he's impacted.
he was always cool to me, man.
Yep.
I know when I went over there and fixed his computer for him in a few minutes, he thought that was just cool as it could be, and I'm thinking in the back of my mind like,
But you're an IT guy.
you're a SharePoint admin, but then, now it's like now
Isn't
that
that
I've been
wild?
doing it as long as I have, like you could be good in one singular, like single
Yep.
application in IT and being in demand and
Yeah. Yeah.
not know how to do hardware
Yeah.
components on a
Yeah.
personal computer.
That's
It's
exactly
crazy.
right. That's
Yeah,
exactly that's the misconception that a lot of people even in IT have.
yeah.
Or they look at me in banking now. They expect me to understand every aspect of it. It's like, no, I am within this narrow silo of a thing.
Mhm.
So, that's the mistake people make is they think that it's just an all encompassing thing, but it's like a doctor that has a specialty within the doctors, a cardiologist, et cetera, et cetera. You know?
Mhm.
And that's what that's what you gotta understand. It's like, no,
I
dad,
mean, I would even
what he
argue is
knows.
I would say that family medicine is probably a specialization. I mean,
I agree.
you have to like it just because of the unique perspective that I have now as a guy who works in
Works in
clinics and
that.
hospitals.
Yeah.
Um, you're going to see the craziness there,
Oh yeah.
like because it's some things that probably are common they won't appear common in family medicine.
That's right.
Um, so yeah, I would argue that that is probably a specialization in itself.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
because having to deal with people like you're their doctor.
Yes.
Like they're going to call you first before they call anybody.
Yes.
Um, that to me, I have a newfound respect for doctors who do family
It's tough.
medicine.
It's
It is
tough.
tough, man. They
It's
like
tough.
constant wanting to call and reach out to their doctor and ask them. Uh, like I ain't gonna lie, I work at the same company that my primary care, my doctor works at.
Yeah.
I have to fight off, uh, reaching out to him and asking him dumb questions.
Yep.
But I don't do it because if I do it, I know he's going to report IT issues straight to me instead of me getting
Right.
attention. And that'll drive me
Exactly. Yeah. The
crazy.
quid pro quo. He's scratching my
So,
back. You better start scratching
right.
mine. Yeah.
So I respect his process because I want him and all his medical assistants and
Yep.
everybody else in his office to respect mine. So
Yep.
yeah, professional courtesy goes a long way because I want
Yes.
everybody to put in a ticket. So
Yes.
please don't call me directly. So and that clinic has my number and they all put in tickets, which is incredible to me. So
That's great.
yeah, but
They
no,
respect the process.
I've got a few friends of mine that that are medical assistants that I'll reach out to,
Right. Of course.
some questions, but they're questions that I don't think are very uh, crazy or anything.
Yeah, yeah. It's
General
they're
general questions,
yeah, yeah,
Um, so, but yeah, man. But I see the emails. I hear the complaints about the phone system. Well, uh, for example, if people can't get somebody when they call out a doctor's office or a clinic or whatnot, they'll just press anything to go to anybody and expect that employee to transfer them to who they're talking to. It's like, but see, the employee that hears it, they think, well, they said they needed to speak with somebody or make an appointment, but it keeps sending them the billing. I'm like, there's no technical issue. What they're doing is pressing three instead of one because nobody at one's answering. You
yeah.
know, so it's not that the system's broken. It's they're
It's
trying to get a hold of
they're
somebody.
trying to get to a person, a physical person.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. They're doing
Who?
what?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it. I mean,
Yeah, of
if we're
course,
being honest,
of
I've
course,
purposely hit two, knowing that nobody's going to answer one,
of
and
course.
try to get help. And it's worked maybe
But
50% of the time. So
especially if it's a scenario where you're needy. Like, God, I hate listening to all the different prompts when I know exactly what I want to do. I need to know when her appointment is and what time it is. I just need confirmation of it because she doesn't know if that's the exact date, so she's asking me to find out. So that's what
yeah.
I'm doing. So I mean, and it's just that's the part that needs to be a little bit more efficient, and they
Well,
won't tell us how to do that.
well, most companies were actually piloting a AI company.
Yep,
So,
that will take
well,
care of it.
here's the thing with
Oh,
when they first come out.
uh-huh.
You there? Did I
Yeah,
lose? You there?
connection's dying.
You good?
Connection's
Okay.
dying.
Okay. Is it mine or yours? Oh no. We hold it up higher. Did that help at all?
Hold on. All right.
It did help. It did help. Hold
You
it.
need to get some
Yeah.
Starlink going.
Yeah, but stay close. I'll hold it up higher to the Starlink satellite.
Yeah,
Help me, Elon.
that might be our sign that we need to go down.
Yeah, let's go. We'll leave on a good note.
We'll leave
Help
on
me.
a good note.
Yeah. Well, man, catch up with me.
All
Give me a
right.
couple weeks. Let's do lunch.
All right. Sounds good, buddy.
And let's not. I don't want to go this long without doing a show again. I had a blast. It was
All
cool.
right. Well, I love you, buddy.
I love you too, man. I'll talk to you later, brother. All right. All right,
Bye.
man. Bye.